Welcome to FCPS All-Stars. We have two special guests with us today. We have Susan and Eric Verdi from the Impact Club. Welcome.
Thanks for having us, Tiana.
Thank you, Tiana.
Now, there has been a lot of buzz lately about your organization. Tell us, what exactly is the Impact Club?
The Impact Club is a platform to get donations from members to local charitable organizations within the Frederick community. So let me just boil it down in simple terms. We take small donations, we pull them together, and we make large impacts within our community.
That sounds really interesting, but how exactly does it work?
Well, we started with a goal of having 100 members, and we were able to far exceed that goal. We had a group of 182 members at the time of the first event.
Okay.
And each member commits to donating $100 4 times a year or quarterly. And as Eric said, the goal is that that money comes together to be presented to one of 3 charities that presents the night of the event. The members vote on the winning charity, and at the end of the night, we were able to donate $18,200 during that first event.
100 members, well, for you, 182.
Yes.
$100 combined made a gift of $18,200 to a charity. That's it?
Correct. It's that simple.
It's that simple.
All right, so let me take the position of a skeptic. What's the catch? Do you have like crazy membership fees? Is there something else going on behind the scenes? Like, how do you do it?
So 100% of the $100 goes directly to the charity. So Impact Club, we don't have bank accounts. We are not the 501c3, which is a charitable organization. We are not the charity. So all of that money, the $100 goes directly to the charity. There's no admin costs, no overhead fees. That's where Susan and I come in. We take care of any of the admin costs that's out of our pocket. That's a way for us to give back to the community. So 100% of the donations goes directly to the charity.
That's awesome. So are there any other like side benefits for being a member? Like, do they get to corporately network at meetings and things like that?
So it's not really a networking event. We are really there just to hear the charities' stories. So it's really for a platform to the charities, and they come in and give a 5 to 7 minute presentation for them to share their story, what they do, how they help the community, how they help the people in their organization. At the end of that, then we vote, and the charity with the most votes gets that quarter's donation. But it's really a platform for charities to get the word out.
Wow. So basically, the charity with the most compelling story receives the benefit of that night.
Exactly.
So what happens to the other 2 nominations that don't receive the award? Are they just kind of out of luck, or?
Well, leading up to each event, the Impact Club members can nominate up to 3 charities, or they can nominate 1 charity 3 times. The charities are then drawn at random. So by nominating more than once, you're increasing that charity's opportunity for being drawn. The remaining 2 charities that are not the recipients of that night's donation can be considered again, and probably absolutely will be, and could be drawn at random. And also their story is still out there for the Impact Club members. Many Impact Club members will feel touched by a charity that didn't win that night, and so they could still contribute, and they could still continue to spread the word for that charity.
From a membership perspective, is this an exclusive club? So do I need an invitation, participate? Do I need a secret handshake or something?
The Impact Club is open to anybody and everybody that would like to join.
Can the charitable organization be from anywhere? Like, can I nominate any charitable organization, or is it limited to a particular area?
The 2 qualifications that we have for member-nominated charities are, 1, that they're 501c3s. So that's a tax code. They have to be a charitable organization. And 2, they have to be local to Frederick.
Okay, that's great. So how exactly did you get started?
So we're the actual 3rd Impact Club opening up in the United States. The first one was in Northern Virginia. That was in December. The second Impact Club was in Temecula, California. They had they donated $18,100, 181 members. And it was actually pretty funny. So What we say is we compete to inspire. We don't compete to defeat. So like
Right.
the two other co-founders and I, we were texting like, how many members are you up to? What are you up to? So like during the event that night, we got up to 181 members. So we were tied with Temecula for number one, and like actually halfway through one of the charities presenting, one of our members knew somebody that was actually at the blue side and got them and drug them up and had them join that night. So we actually got 182 members and had, the largest donation so far for Impact Club. It was pretty cool.
So nothing like a little healthy competition for a good
Yes.
reason.
Yeah, it's for a good, it's for a good
cause.
cause. We're not out there to defeat one another. We're out
Right.
there to inspire one another to achieve greater things.
Do your members receive any sort of tax documentation for their donation?
Yes, because the donations don't go through the Impact Club to the charity, the donations go straight to the charities that evening. The charity then presents a letter of receipt to each individual that has donated.
So Tiana,
Directly
you get a
from
letter, 4 to 6 weeks after that, Tiana's donated $100, so you get to write that off on your taxes the next year.
Okay, so the Hartley House got to write out 182
Yes.
letters.
Yeah.
That's
They were glad to do it too.
That's a good
Yes.
problem to have
Yes.
for a nonprofit.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So you told us how you got started.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to know why you got started.
That's a great question. So just this past year, I turned 40 years old, and you get to a certain point in your life, and you're like, it's time to give back. It's time to help out the community. So within the last 5 years, I've actually lost 2 cousins who were basically like brothers to me. We all
Wow.
grew up together. We all lived in Frederick County. We played sports together. One cousin was a month and a day older than me. Another one was 15 months older than me.
Wow.
But the thing that I saw was at Zach's funeral and Justin's funeral was just the amount of people that in their short lives they impacted, okay? And having a family been in the area, it was, I don't want to be known for what I do professionally. What I do professionally is great, and I help people in that aspect too, but doing this, it's so much more rewarding to be able to pull together people and to give back to people in need that need it. So
Yes.
that's kind of why we started.
How about you,
And,
Susan?
well, Eric and I have our roots in Frederick County. We were both born and raised here and went to Frederick County Public Schools. Our children, we have 2 boys, and they go to Frederick County Public Schools. And when I reflect on, how they're growing up, we're benefiting tremendously from the Frederick community.
True.
Our children have their favorite local shops that we go to in downtown Frederick. They have their favorite local restaurants. They watch movies on Carroll Creek. Frederick has a lot to offer, and we have benefited from that over our 40 years. And we feel really strongly that when you're in a position to give back or try to create a vehicle that can make an impact like this, that we should do that and include our kids. In fact, we even brought them to the first Impact Club event so that they could see, what one person can contribute and how that can grow into something that makes a major impact on a local charity.
Wow. Now, how old are your boys?
Anthony is 10, he's our oldest, and Alex is 7.
What was the reaction by your kids once they came to the event and saw the people and just felt the energy of what their parents were doing?
The stories that each charity told tugged at people's heartstrings, I think. And there was, the kids could see adults, visibly reacting emotionally to the stories that were told. And I don't think that they've been in a setting where they've seen people being impacted like that. The Frederick Rescue Mission had a representative who told a story of not having a place to sleep at night and sleeping on a bench in Baker Park. And I don't think our kids had been exposed to anything of that nature before. And so I think that it was eye-opening for them.
Right.
And I think that it allows them to see the larger community and where the need is and where, if we can, we should support.
Wow, that's really cool. So basically, you are 2 regular people with regular lives. You're not superstars. I don't think you have an S under your Impact Club shirts, who really found a way to come together to make a difference in the community in which you live. Is that true?
That's our goal.
Yep.
So how can others join Impact Club?
It's pretty simple. As Susan said earlier, anybody can join. If you go to impactclubfrederick.com, there's a registration page. Then from that, you'll get email notifications about when the next membership is. And actually, even if you hashtag Impact Club in Facebook, it'll come up.
It sounds like a fantastic opportunity for not just you in terms of making a difference, but the fact that your reach is expanded so much further by joining together with other like-minded people.
I think there are over 200 members now, and it's really not about us. It's about what we can all do collectively, and if we can help be the vehicle for that, we're happy to do so.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining me on FCPS All-Stars.
Donna, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for joining us as well. For more information, check out impactclubfrederick.com. And in the meantime, shine on.